All right, part 2, July 16th, the day before the removal of Quado. You know if you know. Stream has been a blast. You guys just missed something hilarious. I might have to clip this thing out and put it actually on the channel. That everybody here on the stream was scheming against me. Actually had bets whether or not I would have a senior moment coming back in between breaks. I take a break, you know, have a little water, go to the bathroom, whatever. These guys were like fully scheming. And unfortunately, I failed the bet, and many people won. And I lost because I had an old folks moment. So they want to ship me off to a new old folks home called Trembling Hills. I'm kidding. Nonetheless, I'm back. They're laughing right now. You see? They're laughing. They're all, you see, that's what's happening here. YouTube, this is how I get treated on live Twitch. But I love every bit of it. It's so fun. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get back to some more music. Continuing on our Dono mission here. Right now, we've got something from Metro Cetro Taking. You know me. So let's get to it. This track is coming to us. How do you say? Metro Cetro Taking. You know who we are. First of all, thank you very much. Very nice donation. I appreciate it. Dono boost. I appreciate that. And this one is called. We know the anime, guys. Made in Abyss, and this one is Pathway, Capital of the Unreturned, which means you never really get back to the capital because you can't return. I take it. Thank you very much for your best wishes to your donation message, and I appreciate it. Your support pre-surgery. So, from this, is that it? It was Cetron Cat King. The Cetron Cat King, that's how you say it. I appreciate that. Alrighty. The poll ended. I don't know what that means up there. Someone's gonna have to explain it to me. All right, guys, let's do this. From Made in Abyss, let's go. All right. This is not easy stuff to do with such a intimate section. The harmonics there for one of the... The trading off in that pattern is very cool, from flute to violin to piano, staying on top of it. Drop off on the violin. Wow, it's a difficult piece to play, guys. As simple as it may sound, the actual performance aspect, tonality and everything. This is pretty. Beautiful piece. Obviously, this is something that is covered by these musicians, perhaps rearranged from the original. Am I correct? Because it doesn't say it here that this is a cover or at what point this is. If it was note for note, what the original piece sounds like. This is a difficult thing to play. You know, the intonality of the performance. There's just parts for myself where I feel like I feel like I'm working it in. It's almost like just kind of with a soft clay, moving the intonation between the musicians, especially with the certain types of playing that's going on in there. When they fold into more of this longer strings, you know, half notes, whole notes that are coming in there, it's coming together. The ostinato patterns and stuff like that. Individually played, the less musicians you have sitting on top of an ostinato, like instead of a section, let's say if you've got 15, or not even that, if you've got 6 violins playing, there's this unique blend of these all 6 strings at once giving a different kind of tone in the air through their violins as a group versus one individual doing that. So the dynamics pull a little different when you have an arrangement like this that is, you know, moving around and everybody has their unique, you know, little piece to play, much like a quartet or a quintet of something of that nature. But I thought this was really, really, really nice. I think the work that was on there, if it was a rearrangement, I'm not too sure. But I really kind of enjoyed it. I love watching live musicians play. So when I'm watching this, I look at this and I respect how much time and energy that they've put in their lives to become, you know, as good as musicians as we see. I see that, and then the music coming together, and I have a great respect for that and the process that they took for it. So, okay, so let's continue on. Who's coming up next in between all of these poll jokes? I see what's going on here. You guys are funny, man. I'm in the corner of my eye, I'm watching what's going on in the chat. I'm going, these guys, like, how many poll jokes do we have? You know? It could always be very polarizing. Did I make a joke? That nobody said that. Is it polarizing? I don't know. That was bad. Come on, I had to come in with one. That was, oh, ban. Okay, great. Ban me, right? Don't get political about it. You just run it up the flagpole. That was another kind of use of pole, right? So, all right, you guys do the jokes. I'm going to keep going. MM33 is coming in here with another thank you so much for the Dono Yono. What do we have here? This one is called The Smile is the band. The name of the song is Bendik Hectic. All right, Bendik Hectic, brought to you by Viagra. No, I'm kidding. Here we go. Aspect of the track was completely trippy. The whole thing was wonderful because, like I said, there's these small little constant hooks in it, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about Radiohead. You know, I'm still pretty much a fresh listener of Radiohead. Yeah, I've done a bunch of them as reactions, but I've never really sat and soaked in a couple tracks I did. There was that one track where his head's in a fishbowl in the video. Forgot the name of it. I listened to that a few times. So it's these very unique tactics and techniques, and I don't want to say tactic like it's like, ooh, let's devise something to, you know, their creative process together. They enable multiple unique little hooks to exist at the same time. And it could even be EQing something different or uniquely and stuff like that. But without a doubt, that whole vibe, bending strings, weird string sounds and collisions of notes and stuff that should otherwise not be there unless you want to give that vibe of a demented psychological psychedelic aspect trippy of the song. Now all of a sudden we get the guitars and the drum in there, and the guitars has that kind of sludgy, and I think was it Lisa had mentioned too that it was a little bit of a shoegazy vibe, and I fully felt that whole thing. But something else when the drums came in, sounds like they scooped everything out to about 8K, you know, brought down, you know, like just did this big high-end cut and just said, okay, we're going to let the signal come back at 8K, like maybe grouped everything out to a separate set of channels, to a separate pair, and then just go ahead and master EQ that whole thing out. It gave it such a very weird vibe. And then there was some ooh-ah type vocals that came in towards the end, that as all of this was becoming somewhat all kind of like disjointed psychosis vibe, if you would, in the music, there was this comforting ooh-ah happening in the background with some layered vocals, but subtle enough that it in of itself complemented the lucid psychedelic trip of the end. I don't know. Did any of that make sense? It made sense to me. I don't know. But that was my vibe on it. And thanks for bringing it into the channel as well. I thought it was badass. I fully dug it. Another saying I always say, put it on a shirt. All right, let's see. Who's coming up now? Coming up now is Doc Doom, as a matter of fact. The song is from a band, I Built the Sky. And let's see what we got here. I Built the Sky, and the song is On a Planet Somewhere. Oh, you're so kind, Doc Doom. His message was, I don't want to hit you with my usual slammer tracks pre-surgery. Thank you. I think Quado has gotten enough of a jolt today, just by the sense of humor of the chat here, betting against me that I'd fail. So here's a track of one of my favorite prog metal guitarists, Rohan Stevenson's acoustic album. So enjoy and wishing you the best in recovery. Thank you so much, Doc Doom. All right, guys, let's do this. And let's go. All right. Phew. Beautiful pattern, great engineering. Ooh, give me surf in the background anytime. You know how I am. Playing harmonics like that is treacherous to me. Beautiful. Sounds like it's open tuning. I just reached over to listen to my guitar. I was like, clink. I need to stop you just a second, Doc. I just read your comment there. And what's really unique about what you said there, guys, look at the comment if you can see it there. That he thought it was a real risk because this guitar player is more into a genty, darker shred. There's something about a musician like him that can really risk and rinse in the beauty of this kind of guitar playing that makes a lot of sense for the genty kind of musicians, because the genty musicians have a tendency to really work off of open string work with their tapping and pull-offs. You know, whether they retune their guitars or it's a drop D or a drop A or something like that, there's a lot of reliance on the chord support in that genty kind of composition that works off of open notes. So to see what he's doing here with his playing and to kind of say, okay, let me imagine him with, you know, with a Kramer 8-string or something, there's a lot of mirroring in that. And the truth be told, there is a little more stress. You heard me say it. Amon had said, oh, wow, those beautiful harmonics. I'm like going, yeah, I get terrified when I've got to do stuff on harmonics. I'm writing a track right now in Open D, DADGAD tuning, and I'm going to be doing some pull-offs and taps and stuff and hitting some harmonics, not to be circle jerky, yeah, guitar and neckboard parkour. It just sounds good, but having to hit those harmonics in the right place, it's scary, it's gnarly, but this guy's doing a beautiful job. I love the strings behind this too. It's beautiful. I love this section. unique thing is, too, it's beautiful, is there's multiple acoustic guitar layerings in the recording, but they're each recorded, their arrangements are beautiful. They talk to each other beautifully. What a bummer that was over. I just, it was such a beautiful song. And I love that you told me that, you know, on the other end of what it is, this composer and musician's about being more djenty and metal and stuff. Of course, that's no surprise to me because almost every, even if it's black metalcore, or more of the progressives like, Periphery and stuff like that, there is this other side to their musicianship. But it's almost like the other end of the spectrum where you could take these same musicians and put them aside and they do beautiful pieces like this, but there's that yin and yang aspect of it. You can get this you have this part of you creativity wise that is really subtle and beautiful and stuff, and then you turn around, you have more of a darker, you know, vibe, you know, or you want to hear some pounding and some metal and stuff. So what do is you infuse that and make it work. And that's why a lot of, from what I understand, from what I've listened, a lot of super gent, even Meshuggah and a lot of stuff, they use different tunings, and they also really love to bang away at ninths, you know, chord structures that leave you hanging for a resolve and stuff like that. So and that to me activates kind of a, that open voicing knowledge of what that does when you have, you know, open notes ringing in the background and stuff. I don't know. I yammered on too much, but you guys will be surprised when I finish a song that I'm doing right now where I went out on a limb and I did a little tapping and some unique stuff, you know, with a dadgad, you know, tuning with the ukulele and, you know, some strings and stuff, kind of in the same pocket as this, just very Obi-Wan Geebz. Maybe I'll name the project that, yeah? It's all going to be just, you know, more acoustic and some very unique things. Obi-Wan Geebz. Anyhow, thank you, Doc Doom, for really, truly bringing that in. That was a really super great listen. I appreciate it, man. Excuse me. Sorry. Just do it. Okay, here we go. Who's up next? Hang on, I got to refresh something. Oh, yeah, I've got Hawaiian drone footage to a lot of that stuff there. Okay, wait a second. Who's coming up? Stand by. I got a little disjointed. Lisa Wolf. You's in the house, Lisa. How's the user, Lisa? I hope you're doing well. Oh, well, we're changing the gears here, guys. We're going into some metal. Wait a minute. This can't be the right time. Is it? What does that say? 31 minutes, Lisa? Hang on for a second. Holy smokes. Oh. The link takes me to 25:57. I was like, wow. Let's go, Lisa. I love you. Let's just do this. I was going, okay, 31 minutes. You know, you know. But I was right. I think maybe she went bye-bye. But she knows where to get the VOD, right, guys? Where? On my YouTube channel that pops up right now. Boing. Okay, here we go, guys. Quite a long requested message here. The link will take me to this. So the first song I sent you from Zeke was their version of a ballad. This track was much more normal style of speed. Hardcore crossover punk with Motorhead kick. And while some called it smudge, well, I've never heard of that. Is that stoner punk, I guess? They were such a thing as likely best way to describe Zeke. This was released as a bonus DVD. And so let's go check this out. Let's see what Lisa's got in on us. There she is. Hi, Lisa Wolf. How are you? Oh my goodness, scared the crap out of me. You gave me a 31-minute song. I was like, all right, we do it. I got enough food. I got enough sustenance. I've got enough, survival food, some DEFCON 5, long listen session. I realize I have the link here. So here we go, guys. The band is Zeke. The song is 302 cubic inch V8 powered blues. All right, let's see what we got here.
All right, this song's got 302 cubic inch V8 blues. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Right. What did you think about?
That's that Zeppelin riff you were telling me about in here. Come on, guys. Where does that solo come from? Dang. So Zeppelin-y, man. Love it. That is as raw as you can get.
Right. What did you
Wait. Thank you, San Francisco.
Whoa. I get dizzy.
That actually sounded fantastic for a club recording. Number one. Number two, hang on, I gotta sneeze now. Oh, fuck you. Sorry. Number two, hand check. And Quado had to shove him back in. Number two, yeah, there was the Motorhead, we had the Deep Purple, we had the Zeppelin thing, but when they punked up, there was definite Black Flag in there. Come on. Well, didn't you kind of like get a little bit of that Black Flag vibe in there, that full punk? But that it actually sounded really good for this little recording. I'm going, well, this wasn't a cell phone recording, obviously, because you can really like the snare and the separation of certain things. But if it just came out of the console, somebody was running a cassette tape on this, it was a kick-ass track. A little more Dead Kennedys. Okay, I see what you're saying. Gracias, loading the save. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Oh, fully, Lisa. I fully dug that. That was great. And you know what? I really did feel, outside of the Heartbreaker Zeppelin solo thing, I think even coming out of that, that vibe was still really Zeppelin. And once he did that, you put yourself in a pocket. So that show must have been mental to be at. Yeah, very mental. Thank you, Lise. I appreciate it. Thank you, What Doula Life. I appreciate it. I'm sure the surgery will go well. You know, there's always that 1% chance, you know. Later today, or tonight, after I'm done packing for the hospital and stuff, I do kind of revise my little, if shit goes wrong and I don't come back, you know, that thing for passwords for parents and my attorney and stuff to get into stuff. And I actually, believe it or not, I actually put down a contact for somebody here. If something does happen to me, just that 1 nanosecond fart weirdness that could happen in surgery, there's the stupidest sliver, somebody will be notified so that, you know, that's just how I am. You guys heard what I did the other day, right? How I am with that thing. I always think about other people, about the surfing story. I told you guys about that, right? For those of you who are here. I always paddle out with a little laminated info card when I go surfing, because a lot of times I surf by myself. It'll be a quick 20-minute session, but if something happens, I get eaten by a shark or I have a heart attack and a stroke and I die and my body's floating out there, I'm done. For the peace of mind of my family and stuff, they'll go, oh, here's this little card with all his information. And so, you know, you got to do that. You never can tell, right? You know, that's because I care. I care about it. It's funny. Even if something does happen, I still care about other people. He's gone, but he still cares about other people. That's just, I don't know. It's my default setting. I don't know. Okay, let's continue on. Video games and art. Let's continue here. Parachuting in with a dono, 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 dono. This one here. Thank you, first of all. Where are you? Are you here? Are you hiding video games? Are you hiding anywhere here? Video games and art? Somebody? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, there you are. You weren't expecting it tonight? Well, I'm moving at good speed. You guys put me in a great mood. So many great tracks. So down for it. Okay, so we're gonna do for video games and art. A band is called Motorpsycho. Wow, that's a great play on a title. Motorpsycho, and this one's called Hotel Daedalus. This is a Norwegian band, he says. Sometimes they lean more heavier psychedelic rock. Sometimes they lean more indie folk. This track is kind of a mix of both. Okay, here we go. All right. I love this. It's like if Kashmir was in a Goldfinger or a James Bond movie. Dude, this is a great track. Hang on for a second. Can you hear a little bit of the congas in the background? I know, right, SP? See the little fry on the bass? What a great track. Bruh. This is such a great freaking track. Reminds me of some of the music from the old surf movies too. Background vocal. But more like a Dirty Carpenters. Sound-wise. Not like Dirty Carpet, but Dirty Carpenters. It's like a Cashmere and a ELO Jethro Tull vibe there. Great nostalgic guitar tones. Come for me in the comments if you don't think so, but I think these are phenomenal guitar tones. I like the little string arrangement in the back. Great lead work on the guitar, but subtle. It's back in the mix. you hear the trims in the strings? I like that. That casual callback. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful turnaround right here. There's a bird in my belly right now because Quado even has his lighter out going. Beautiful. What a great track, guys. So many different things I could say about this. I love the looseness of the recording and the playing, that feeling of the musicians. You can just feel the musicians playing everything there. Yes, there was these cute, yeah, I could have chose a better word. Super unique callbacks to certain styles. I think Aman also kicked in on the 10 Years Gone vibe on it. But for me, the sounds of the guitar, the tones of the recording, apparently this was, now it was posted a year ago. I don't know if this was recorded a year ago and it's just a new posting of it. The whole essence of it is such a wonderful 70s vibe journey, not the band, but this glorious journey kind of vibe and experiencing vibe. And the reason why I say that is because music like this on surf films back, you know, throughout the 70s after, you know, the Endless Summer stuff, tons of surf films. It's a huge cult, if you would, run of independent surf films that have this kind of great music to it. People surfing on their longboards and gliding through turns and getting barrels and sunsets and people in their airplanes flying to travel, journey and look. And that's what this whole song gave me, is that whole vibe there. And I guess everyone's saying this is a band from Norway. But to have that vibe, maybe, you know, they were steeped in that kind of music. So many wonderful. I was spending a lot of time listening to the tones, as you heard. Those guitar tones are as authentic as you can, even if you're reduping it. Wow, 2023. And that's a lot of work recrafting some of those guitar tones. Even the vocal performance, you know, kind of hippie whimsical, if that's a way to say it. But video games are art, brah. That was really, really super cool. And also, Lisa, you've done quite a few things, haven't you? You know, in the time that you've come here, I've watched you post a few things, and very interesting. You have a lot of wonderful knowledge and wisdom that you drop in on here, but as well, some really great stories. You know, maybe one day we'll have a Fresca online, and we'll do a fun podcast and swap stories about stuff. I don't know how interesting that would be, I think, for us old farts or me, you know, nostalgically. But nonetheless, that was badass. But the artwork kind of reminds me a little bit here of something that has a psychedelic push. Like they really wanted to, you know, visually with the album artwork, maybe already pull us into the 70s. You know what I mean? Even what a great name too, Motorpsycho. Come on, you trying to tell me that nobody ever came up with that beforehand? If they didn't, these guys capped on that thing big time. So, well, I'm old. I'm kind of old, you know. I'm pushing my mid-60s here. I know I don't look like it, but I'm pushing. In here, I'm not old. You know? Quado says I'm old. My knee, my ankle, my hip, my shoulder, they say I'm old. My hips kind of suffering a little now. 20 years playing hockey and playing defense. One of my main, because I'm a small guy, so one of my main tactics were hip checks. If you don't know what a hip check is, look it up. 20 years of doing hip checking. I'm like, damn, man, I can't get, you know. Yeah, hip checks are pretty gnarly if you get them done, man. It'd take you out big time, especially if you don't see it coming. Wahaha. You know? And I'm a small guy, too. So even though on skates, I'd be 6 foot, I'm playing against guys on skates that are 6'7". So they're doing passes, and I got this, like, behemoth of a human being coming at me. The only thing I have left is a hip check. Because I'm definitely not going to go, you know, chest up on the guy, you know, or try to get him, you know, elbow and lead him into the boards or anything like that. It's like hip check for the win. Yes, the Shakira defense. Oh, you know if you know. All right, let's keep going. I'm in a good mood. Let me see. I don't know what that would be, Silk Fox. Anybody with the metric measurements, help Silk Fox on that number there. Okay, next up here on our dono run is the kebab seller. We know with the kebab seller, he too probably didn't think he was coming in on one. So stand by for a second. The kebab seller wants a song called, it's a game OST. I don't think I've ever done one from here, guys. Surprise me if I do. This is a game called Hearthstone. Hearthstone. And the name of the track, and it's apparently, it says here, this is meant to be a background soundtrack while you're playing the card game. And it's called Dr. Boom's Basement. All right, guys. Dr. Boom's Basement from the kebab seller. Let's go. Matches the artwork. So quirky, so fun. So Minnie the Moocher. I actually like what the drums do. I love little ghost notes in the drums. But it does have that swingy Cab Calloway vibe. Agree? Disagree? Oh, Gershwin too, yeah, right. Tapping his feet. The driver. That's where I was. Yes, Cuphead too. Sorry, I had to scap the cap on that one there. I don't know. That's where my brain was going. Yes, totally Cuphead. Totally Cuphead, though. Seriously, that does have a Cuphead vibe. Like, that would fit perfect in that game. Loved that. That was such a fun track to listen to. And there is that callback, that Cab Calloway callback, Minnie the Moocher. Alman had also mentioned a little bit of a Gershwin vibe. But very fun. Now, this was uploaded 3 months ago, so I don't know. Apparently, the composer is Peter McDonald. This was done in 2024. And what a great job. I'm in the back here sitting there going, how would I go? What would have been my very first basic tracks on this? The way it was composed, before I would start coloring in with the horn accents and the dynamics and stuff like that make it bounce, because a lot of this kind of composition's answer back stuff. You know what I'm saying? Different instruments. You can see what goes on in my brain. See how messed up I am? I hear a track like this one, and all of a sudden I'm trying to connect the dots on, like, oh man, you had a clarinet doing this, we had a bassoon doing this. Could that have been a trombone with the thingy and the how do you do? And this is, and that kind of stuff is so fun to do. Just so freaking fun to do. So thank you. That was he's a Berkeley grad. Well, of course, Berkeley, yes, the skill set of the Ivy League musician. And I'm not making fun of him. It sounds like I'm making fun of him, but I'm not. That's a lot of dedication. Hella dedication. So, and you can obviously see by my reaction to his work, I loved it. That's a very cool way to put it, Amon. If you see his comment right here, is you can drape a lot of musical tapestry just on the upright bass. Yeah, you can. In my mind, though, I wouldn't have known where to really start, So, but great call, man. That was such a great listen. Who else are we going for here? Next, 794. This is a game here. And let's see what we got here, what we have up next. I so suck. So what we have here is a game. Is it? No, is it not? I'm sorry. Guys, is this a game on Danganronpa? Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, box 15. Oh, he says it right here in his message. So next 794. Are you here, my friend? Maybe not. Okay, he go nay. Okay. The main premise of the game is that the player is forced to participate in a death game where the only way to escape is to murder another participant. Nice. And get away with it. Actually, that is the toughest thing about killing somebody. I'm just saying. Let's just keep going. After a body is discovered, a trial is held where the player must find the murderer and convince the other participants to vote for them. If the majority vote goes the wrong person, every player except the murderer is executed. Oh, fun game. Let's play. I'll put it next on my wish list on Steam. All right, guys, here we go. Don't know what to expect here. Let's do it. Trippy. A little bit of a retro detective kind of vibe here, so that makes sense. I like to mesh between like the trap programming, a little bit of a percussive lo-fi programming, and then the infused kit on top. At least that's what it sounds like. Like this pattern here.
Listen to the bass. It's subtle, but it's back there.
Gives me that vibe. Excuse me, I hope I did that in tempo at least. Little Rubecky. Thanks, Ray. Oh no, there's Christopher Walken just walked in and said I need more cowbell. I wish they'd give a little heat to that bass in the mix. Come on. What a fun track, man. And it's all attached to murder. But it does. It has that detective-y kind of vibe. I don't know exactly how this game is played, what it looks like in the visual. But as far as having that kind of music that's very kind of detective-y and stuff, keeping it in this kind of retro-y lo-fi, not lo-fi vibe, I don't know what you would call that. That hybrid use of, like I said, the trap and the drum kit and that, bass line that's just in there in the back. I just wish it would have came back and given me a little bit more of the bass in the mix, because the bass was cooking. I'm sorry, that's what I do. I'm the guy that talks about the bass. Point and click and visuals, I say. Nonetheless, the whole thing was just very kind of like positive, secret man. Like this would have been like a great, if we still had cartoons on TV, like the Western style cartoons, American style cartoons of like, some kind of Dick Tracy kind of vibe. Could you imagine if we still had cartoons? I mean, unfortunately, it's all gone. It's done pretty much, except for anime. Animes, I mean, we don't call that a cartoon. I know. Don't come for me. Relax. I saw you guys putting your hands on the keyboards. Just give it a rest. All right? I'm just saying. I know, right? Right? And 1 a.m. was just like, oh, shit, Geebz, here we go. We're going to go scorched earth on your ass for saying that. But what I'm trying to say is, I know it doesn't even stand in the same realm, but I'm talking about what I remember as cartoons from American kid stuff. That kind of vibe. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to get into a beef with, the genres and stuff. But, that had that fun vibe to it and stuff. I know. No, I wasn't Silk Fox, please. Oh my God, someone's going to snip this out and is going to reformat it and go, this old fart called an anime a cartoon. NEM, it's a twister. You know what I mean? So, all right, so check this out, guys. I want to do a couple Wheel of Cheese, and then I'm going to bail, but hang on. Great Sage Sun, Send Monkey, The Driver, It Snows in Australia, Park Pal, 99%. I am going to do a special video because I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. I don't know if you were here when I said this, but when I feel up to it, probably in about 5, 6, 7 days, I'm going to do a special video, pretty much just like what we're doing, but just offline, and we're going to catch your music. And then I'll release it on its own on the VOD channel. You know, I'll send it out on Discord if anybody's on there that I'm finishing this video, and then I'll put it on the VOD special for you. You know, because I said that's what I was going to do. So I hope that works. I'm sorry if you're bummed, but I only have a couple more songs in me, even though I'm having a great time. And so I just want to do a couple more Wheel of Cheese, and for my guests that are out there. And you know, I know that I'm extremely humbled and extremely fortunate that the donos is a thing and it's wonderful, but not everybody has, you know, a lot of money to have fun with and stuff. So I always think of our Wheel of Cheesy people that are hanging in the background and stuff. And so I want to finish with that as well. I can't thank you guys for your donos, though. It really means something, and it's beginning to mean more and more on so many different levels. But first and foremost, it just means a lot to me because you guys really enjoy what's going on here. And to me, I'm still blown away. I have a bruise on my arm for a couple of reasons, because every morning I wake up and I'm grateful to wake up. Then I'm grateful for my family and my friends, and then I'm grateful for what the universe gives me as opportunities to meet new people such as yourselves and so on and so forth. So I'm always pinching myself going, is this real? Like, frick, this is badass, you know? So I'm just saying. All right, but I got more music to do, so stand by. Okay, so we're going to go into some Wheel of Cheesies. And... oh, that was nice, double A. Thank you, guys. You're kind. Okay. No New Year's Eve. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. Let me get the cheese wheel going. Okay, cheese wheel up. The last cheesy we did was a poverty cheese, so let's go into minimal cheese. And I have a surprise for you at the end of the stream. I do have one thing I want to play you as my aloha to you guys for everything that we've been. I may have played this once before a long time ago, but I do have, it's a music video of one of my original with me playing guitar, but in a very aloha kind of way. So just hang in there, and I want to play this for you guys before I bail for the surgery and all this shit stuff. All right, guys. So we're going to do some nuevo queso, queso nuevo, queso gringo, no, not gringo, queso fresco. God dang. Job opening. I'm such a bozo. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, do you see you? Oh, that was nice, Rotten. Thank you so much. You guys are saying such nice things. Thank you. I think that's what I'll do is I'll like in recovery, I'll go back to this on the VOD channel on Twitch, and I'll catch up on, you know, it's nice. If I get depressed, if I'm laying there, I'm all in pain, I go, I know what I'll do. I'll read some of the Twitch ones, even if someone's hammering me in the comments and saying something rude. I don't know. I'll still get a kick out of it. All right, here we go, guys. Let's spin. Oh. Okay, this is a new person, I believe. Ricardinal. Or maybe not. I think maybe Ricardinal. Che vos, ¿qué te parece? ¿Dónde estás? Hola? Just in case you're Spanish. Okay, here we go. Ricardinal wanted. Let's see. This is a song, a game. Oh, it's from Civilization. This composer, let me see if I can remember his name before I click on it, because he's so good. But I haven't heard anything from him for a while. Something, him. Okay, wait a minute. This is an hour and 45 minutes. Please tell me that it was marked. as far as the start time. Oh, good. It is marked as one track. Ooh, this is a symphony performance. So this is wonderful. Ricardinal, thank you so much. This is called Ottoman. Here we go, guys. Beautiful combination with the flute and the oboe there. You beat me to it, Amin. Nice rip in there with that horn section, bringing it to life. I like what the bassoon is doing there. Keeping that bottom in there with the horns. It's subtle, but... all that unison power, very Eastern Blockish. Wow, what a track. That was so badass in there. So I was noticing in the comment that that this interpretation stuck really close to The original, which of course I don't know. It did have, Amin had brought up a couple things that I was leaning into. Just because I'm not familiar with the composition, I didn't express it early enough because I was trying to meander to see what it was. But it had this, the Phrygian mode that he's talking about always yields itself to like a Middle Eastern, Moroccan, Arabic, Celtic kind of vibe, which is very pulling at the soul in many different ways. And it does. There's something so intrinsic, if you would, about that mode and what it can do to bring you into a song and stuff. It's used in almost every genre. Maybe not so much jazz. Jazz and a lot more expressionist style composition or genres don't necessarily have an essence of hanging on to a single tone, be it a tonic or a root or something that gives you that vibe to lock into something that might drone in. You have this meandering, mode that lends itself to that vibe. Now we got into the other area where the choral work came in, and at first, I'm because I'm watching them, I'm listening to it, and it had this very Eastern Bloc vibe to it, where you have these, the men all singing the melody, but they're all in unison. I couldn't hear. There wasn't any harmony, but it was just like, 40, 50 singers singing the same thing, and in that particular style that not only reminded me of, like, let's say, Russian Eastern Bloc, but then I said, this kind of has a North Korean vibe to it. Not like I've listened to a lot of North Korean orchestral works, but I think stereotypically I have to admit that anytime I see any stuff that has to do with videos on, let's say they're showing off their war guns and stuff in parades, and and they use that kind of marching, vocal, dark, historical storytelling kind of vibe and energy with that kind of composition. So Lawrence of Arabia is a really good call as well. Well, what I mean is double A's, and I guess anytime I've ever seen any videos, I guess, of like North Korean marches where they show off their their wares, and that guy is saluting to all his people. There always seems to be kind of like this tone of music that I might hear, like if I was to see like a Russian highlight reel, and I think that has to do with some older branding and imaging through my younger years of that kind of music. I don't know if that makes any sense. So that's what I meant by it. Excuse me. All right, more Wheel of Cheese. Wow, how long have I been going? Damn, almost 4 hours for my last stream. I'm holding it together, man. Okay. Oh my God, we have Fart Redemption. All right, guys, we have Fart Redemption on the hook. Who was it? Who did Fart Redemption here? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Was it Brexter? Brexter, are you still here? Brexter, you better be here. If I'm going to do Fart Redemption. Yes. All right, guys, if you don't know, you don't know. If you do know, you do know. This is when, if you have 2,500 points to redeem, we do Fart Redemption. I fart-ish. And you kind of tell me the tone in which it makes you imagine what kind of... Last one for Quado? Okay, this is the last one for Quado farts. Okay, so you guys tell me in the chat what it feels like, what it sounds like, what you might be doing if you hear this fart. Is that the casual lean over? You might be just with your spouse. One of those videos they have on TikTok, smell my fart. Side fart, exactly. Cycloid, that's what I was kind of leaning into. No pun. Okay, here's the other one. Remember, these are Quado farts too. There was an exclamation point at the end. How you feeling about that one? That's that kind of like, I want to get it out really fast, and you do that last little and you tweak on it, and hopefully you don't get a pyramid, if you know what I mean. Okay, here's another one. Come on, we all know which one that is, right? I'm waiting for you guys on this one. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Brown streak, toilet fart vibe, the shart. That's the full shart without a doubt. Forced. Well done, Brexter. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a Dutch oven fart. Your partner's next to you. It's late at night. Not a big push necessary. You might even hold a cheek apart just for kicks. Let that one grip by slowly so it doesn't wake up your partner, and then Dutch oven them. I'm just saying. Yes, sleepy fart. Exactly. Let me see. I think we only got a couple more. Oh. What's that? Is that like walking from one seat to another in your office and you try to skate by and go in between a plant and a wall and you try to kick something really quick? Like kick it. You just go, yeah, it's a cough fart. That's a good one. Cough fart. Okay, here we go. Last one. Ooh, that was to me not too sure fart. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too sure if I wanted to push any harder. Yeah, Ivy Creep Perp. Yes, SB. Those are the ones. Exactly. Dangerous, not too sure, very insecure. Boy, we're getting good at this. You know, we react to so much music together now. We kind of are in line with like, the after lunch one. That's a good one. Don't trust it. I think I have one more left. Let's see. Yep, that was the last one. What was that one? Yes, Monty Python fart. That's good. Only on this channel, guys. Only on this channel. I lost 10 viewers in the last 30 seconds, but hey, what are you going to do? No, I'm kidding. The brown note. Jesus. All right, guys. One more wheel of cheese. We are doing queso grande, queso pobre, queso governmente. Here we go, guys. Do 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 do. Okay. Let's go. All right, guys, y'all in on this? I'll let everybody crack your knuckles for a second. There's only about 70 of you folks hanging out here. I'm sure a high percentage of you got something here. I'm going to let my GPU spin a little bit, so maybe I don't get any glitchiness on the graphics on this spin. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, so hang on. I think I'm going to have one, after all that farting, one chocolate-covered almond. All right, guys, let's go. Here we go. Ready? Let's go. Who is it? Mouthy 7. Mouthy 7 catches the last wheel of cheese spin of my session. All right. But before you leave, if you were just here for the wheel of cheese, try to hang out for a second, because I do have a song for you guys that I have to say aloha to you guys before I leave off for surgery and stuff. So just hang in there for a second. Mouthy 7. Here we go. Oh, why not end with some Final Fantasy 15? Because that's what we're going to end with. Some Final Fantasy 15. There it is. And this one is called Apocalypsis Aquarius. You guys ready? Have we done this track before, AA? How long ago? Mouthy, are you here by chance? Mouthy? 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 Kind of reminds me of my grandson. He has a lisp. And if you saw a mouse, he'd be saying mouth. Mouthy? No estoy aquí. Oh, Discord says I haven't done it. I don't know. What do you think? You know what? I'm just going to do it. Let's just do it because it's a Final Fantasy track. We all love Final Fantasy. If I did do it, it's been a while ago. And so I'm thinking, let's just go ahead and put it out there. Let's go. We got a little bit of crunchy guitar in there. There's a little hybrid work going on in the back with some trappy percussive work. Or lo-fi. Very epic. This must be a battle. Dude, big. Glad they gave us a little break, man. Those layers were stacked in the arrangements. A lot of stuff going on in there. I love this respite in the arrangement. This is the second time it's done this. I don't know if it's looping. And then a slow build back in. And with the choir, both female and male, the drive of the chant style composition. I love how the composer just for a second decides to, dive bomb into some, distorted guitar, like, and it's there. Can you hear the whole notes, power chords? There's a little chugginess in there, as we. Even the choral arrangement's got pretty intense arrangement in there. A lot going on. Listen to the tubes drain out on that power chord with the guitar. What a great ad. You don't have to. I mean, with an arrangement this thick and rich and epic and banging, the fact that the composer decides to just dust us off a little bit with some power chords just to give us just one over. That's like that's like this arrangement being turned up to 11. And that aspect of it was getting the power chords in there and stuff. A lot of different things happening in the arrangement. A lot of anxiety-driven composition. Obviously, this was a battle, right? If I'm right, I saw you guys saying that this was some kind of a battle. But yeah, just the whole thing was. What kind of a boss fight, if I may ask? Because I've forgotten at this point, because I've never played anything beyond Final Fantasy VII Classic. Is this like a major boss, like one of the bigger dragons or characters or something like that? A giant sea glizzy. Okay, like a serpent. Okay, that it makes sense. You got to just shred that serpent to pieces. You know, powerful track. Frickin' great track. What a great way for me to end the stream. Hang on, I do have one more track for you. Before I play this track, I just want to, I already said enough earlier. I just want to play this track because it's just one of the things about what I love about life and what I try to strive for is to balance out my more darker side of who I could be. I'm just saying. The power of Aloha, the power of positive vibes, weaponizing positivity, which is a very unique oxymoron. So I wrote this track about 15 years ago, maybe a little longer, recorded it. Obviously, I have shorter hair in the video and it's dark. Not a big deal that I played all the instruments and stuff, but it is the essence of what I love to be as a person and what I strive to be either as a father, a grandfather, a friend, a streaming friend, and everything. So I want to play this song for you. And then once this song is over, I'm going to bail. And I will, when I get out of surgery and I feel good, I'm going to send a message to everybody on Discord and just let you guys know I'm okay. But I definitely won't be coming back to do any, stuff on the stream for at least a couple weeks. And so, but I want to leave you with this, okay? So guys, let me play this for you. And I'm not crying, you are. So once again, this is an old track I wrote, and it is probably everything that I just try to strive for as a human being. So here you go, guys. The name of this track is Aloha. You guys take care of yourself. Thank you so much for everything. I'll see you when I get back from surgery. Yeah, that's it. That put me in the final really good mood for all this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys take care. I will, like I said...